Hey guys, thanks for coming back to the channel. I have something a little bit different today. I was sitting in meditation and asking what type of reading is most beneficial for the collective today. And there's a lot of stuff going on with Earth and the root chakra and Mother Gaia. So they want me to do a divine counterpart reading, but it's like an earth-based divine counterpart reading. So it is helping to balance out the earth in your chart. And they're really wanting you to anchor in the energies of the connection between you and your counterpart, anchoring them in. So it's funny though, because when I first started, I always ask, who's here? And there's a lot of angels. There's a lot of angels around. And then out of nowhere, Mother Gaia comes in. She's just like this low hum. And it's like the bass line of all of this beautiful melody and symphony and this amazing resonance, and she came in with her steady, sturdy, nurturing, grounding, earthy way of being, and started with some messages. So I first want to start with, I may do this with every single reading, but they guided me in preparing some I am statements, and they want me to do this more often in my videos, and they're probably going to change depending on what you guys need at the time, but we are needing some solid affirmations to start out every single I just heard ignition. I was thinking every time that you connect in with Source and start to receive the important messages that you need, and they said ignition. So it may be here at the start of some sort of activation for you, especially coming into the 1010 portal, that they are really wanting you to anchor into your heart space and your solar plexus and the essence of who you are. It's going to help. There's a lot of root chakra stuff going on right now, so it's going to help to really support that from above. Actually, the angels are telling me support from above. Okay, thank you. Okay, so I want you to repeat after me. Say, I am the light. I am a powerful manifester. I'm a co-creator of my reality. I am beautiful. I'm strong. I'm safe. I am epic. And I am you. How's that feel? Okay, so the angels that were here. I don't work with all of these. I don't know where they came from. Really, they just want me to say, I was here, I was here, I was here. So whoever it is that works with these angels or can feel their presence around, it may be that they just needed a name. You needed to put a name to the energy, or they're knocking on your door, trying to get you to open your awareness to their presence. Vishnu. I don't really know anything about Vishnu. Apparently I need to look it up, but that energy was here. Hamuel, Archangel Hamuel was here. Archangel Michael, which especially with needing to ground all of this energy into our root space, it definitely makes sense that he's here. He's here as a protector. He's here to make you feel safe. He's here to let you know that you are safe. And it's like he's continuously cutting cords and attachments. And he's really helping to, across different dimensions, whatever healing you're doing, he's solidifying that by cutting whatever attachments there are to the distortions within those other lifetimes too. That's what he said. Archangel Haniel, I believe it is. And I always associate this archangel with the moon. and it's like in my energy oracle cards, this one right here, actually, the goddess of the moon. When I feel Haniel's energy, this is the image that I get. It's like the keeper of the moon, the harnesser of that energy. And she was saying that the energy of the full moon is starting to increase right now. And so grounding yourself is a really great way to be able to, 12:12 on my clock. There's something else there too. To ground in, to be able to harness the energies of the moon and ground them into your physical space. It's really, that's what they said. It's like real, making things real, which goes along with something else that they said too. They said, I just heard flights of fancy. And I don't even know what that saying means. I had to look it up. And the definition of it is an unrealistic idea, a pipe dream, and in one place it was listed as soaring of the imagination. So in the beginning it says unrealistic idea, but then also soaring of the imagination. It's like the angels are here and Mother Gaia is here. It's like head in the clouds and feet on the ground. It's an unrealistic idea, but also a part of the imagination. So it's more of this message in taking that unrealistic idea and making it real. And whoever says that it's unrealistic, that definition, who defined it in that way? Whatever it is that you're thinking about, whatever it is that you're dreaming about, whatever it looks like to other people is a pipe dream, they're wanting you to be a powerful manifester and a co-creator of your reality and make it reality. Make it a realistic idea. This flights of fancy, yeah. We have flights of fancy because we are able to soar as high as we want to because there are no limits. As long as we're rooted to the ground. It's funny. It's almost like a juxtaposition. We can fly as high as we want to. There are no limits for us because we are securely grounded to this reality. Whatever we bring back down from up there also is grounded in this reality, and it's real. No matter what it looks like right here, it's all about our perception of what it looks like. Ours, nobody else's. So that goes along with what Mother Gaia's energy was trying to stress. There's an imbalance in the root chakra right now. It's almost like the root chakra of Mother Gaia, which ripples out to all of us because we're energetically connected to it all. We are earth beings in these human bodies. We're also star beings in these human bodies, but we need to establish our connection to the earth. We need to stop trying to remove ourselves from our 3D reality. We need to live this reality. We need to live this life as a divine being. We need to live in this life. That's what they want us to do. Live with our feet on the ground. My feet are on the ground. I am safe. I am secure. I in knowing that, I reside in a higher consciousness and I can soar. So they're also wanting they're wanting us to, when they were talking about the root chakra, they're wanting us, I could just see a huge tree and the roots just slowly growing, and Mother Gaia's energy is like pulsing, and it's almost like she's adjusting to help the roots grow a little bit more. It's very nurturing. It's like, come on, guys, you can do it. You can do it. It's very sturdy and just very mothering in order to prepare you for something. You are being prepared for something. And if this is a divine counterpart reading, you are being prepared for massive energy to come from these higher dimensions down into your physical reality. What does that mean to you? Does that mean union? Does that mean communication? How does that resonate with you? You need to feel that right in here. Feel it in your root chakra. What does that feel like down there? What is it telling you about that energy and why you need to be prepared? It's going to be different for everyone, but there's a lot there. I also was feeling something when I'm connected to her energy in the Schumann resonance. I don't know much about that either. All I hear is Schumann resonance, and there's something going on with it, or there will be something going on. There's something moving in. And then I heard earth shifts. It could be the new earth. They're only giving me words right now. It's like planting seeds. Thank you. That's what the angels are saying. That's what Mother Gaia does. She plants seeds. Us planting seeds there, rooting them here. They said, actually, plant your seeds. Plant your seeds. In the U.S., it's fall now, and that's when you plant all of your bulbs for the spring to bloom. They're reminding me of that. So now is the time to really plant your seeds for what you want to grow later on. It's funny too because I was meditating and I had my window open over here, and this little girl walks by. She's singing the song that she made up. She said, "I have a book in my hand. I have a book in my hand, so I don't get bored." I don't get bored. And I started laughing, and then all I kept hearing was, "I have a book in my hand. I have a book in my hand." I was like, okay, all right, I get it. What book do I have in my hand? And I'm visualizing what book I have in my hand. And I just had a session yesterday with someone, and she recommended the book Mary Magdalene Revealed. And that book showed up in my vision. So that is being recommended for some of you, maybe not all of you, but there are things in that book that are gonna help you to, as a divine being who, as a divine feminine, resides in her upper chakras and is always up in the clouds. I feel like there's something in it that's going to give you some tools to be able to anchor down into the energy of that. How do you anchor into the energy of the sacred masculine when he is in your field? Are you going to be able to keep your head out of the clouds? You're being prepared for that right now. There's a song on right now I want to listen to. I can't turn it up loud because you can't hear it on the video. It's almost like the divine masculine energy has stepped in. There was a message here about the Mary Magdalene thing with the book. They were talking about the sacred masculine energy that moves in, that is triggering the divine feminine to not feel safe. And it's kind of another juxtaposition because it's a very soft, very nurturing, very intimate, sacred masculine energy. It's that intimacy that doesn't feel sturdy for the divine feminine. That's something that if it feels like Mary Magdalene is really wanting you to look at. Why does there need to be a little bit of edge to it in order to be able to root it down? Why does it have to be earth? I heard earth, and then I saw the dirt, and they said dirty. That's for some of you. But dirty as in, why does it have to be muddied at all? Why can't it just be pure? Why can't it be pure love? That soft, sacred energy from the masculine that's something that the divine feminines need to prepare for. That's what they're really wanting you to prepare for, is feeling off balance because of that. 12:21 on my clock. A mirror. The masculines are needing to do that too. They're actually needing to understand how to not put edge on it, how to be vulnerable within that softness, and understand that it is sturdy, that it is still being the stable base and the protector and the root of the connection in the way that they feel comfortable being in their earth energy. So it's twofold. They're working on the same thing that you're working on. They're preparing you for that because it's coming in. I think the 1010 portal has a lot of really powerful light energy, love, intimate energy coming in for you guys. So buckle up, buckle down, put your roots down into the ground. That's what they're saying. Oh, and then I heard that the Divine Masculine has started his descent from the 5D. So the 5D connection that the divine counterparts have is coming down to be rooted into the 3D reality. So each counterpart needs to be prepared for that because it's going to be unsettling in a really powerful way. But if you don't steady yourself, if you don't have strong roots that go far down into your spirituality, into your place of being, it's going to knock you off your course just a little bit. And it's going to knock things into your awareness that need to be revisited, that's for sure. To be aware of them and recognize them and to understand the pattern of that in the past and clear it almost immediately is the new way of being from now on. Within that connection, it's going to keep doing that. It's such a powerful connection that it's going to jar things loose for you that need to be cleared out, old templates, old relationship templates that are still being cleared out and will still be cleared out as the divine counterparts come into a union in the 3D. When their energies start to shift together, it kind of jars things out of place in order to make more space for a pure love, for more unconditional love in there. And so to not panic when those things come up and say, oh, great, now I need to heal this too. I thought I was whole. I thought I was totally healed. And now this is coming up and it's going to affect my union and my energy and blah, blah, blah. It's meant to do that. There is... it's like a part of the end of the journey. Not the end of the journey, obviously, but we've been on this path of discovery headed towards a connection and union of energies within the 3D, and it's going to continue past that. What comes after that? What comes after union? That's not the end of the road. That's the beginning of the road. So you're being prepared for the beginning of the road. You've been through as much as you have been through up until now, and it's been clearing out a lot of the dark and helping to balance them out. And now the light's coming in, and it's gonna set the dark off balance also. And so it's recognizing the darker aspects and bringing those back up to level 2 and saying, well, you know what, I usually function like this, and this thing is going to trigger me, and it has triggered me. And I recognize that even though I'm on cloud 9 and I'm like all over the place and can't imagine being happier, it's still bringing stuff up over here, recognizing the dark side of that and seeing that there's been an imbalance. The light is just kind of barreling you over. There needs to be that balance. You can't live too much in this end over here because it's, you see the imbalance of that. And we're in Libra season right now. So there is a serious overall energy of balance and understanding what that is in order to balance you and your counterpart and within you and without you. And it's a constant balancing act. Right now is the time of that. And you're being prepared for this enormous, we were talking about the tsunami of love, the tsunami of light coming in on 1010. I feel like it's already leading up to that. I feel like that's what Haniel was saying too, is that it's leading into the full moon. But it's also, they're giving me an image of like the light, it's like rays of light, beams of light coming off of the moon, what that light looks like. And it's like, once it's already left the moon, by the time it gets to us, it's just like, so big and bright. And it's like you brace yourself for the impact of it. That's what they're sturdying you for, getting your roots in the ground, to sturdy yourself for the brace of the impact of the light. It's amazing. It's fucking amazing, but it's still an impact. So you got to prepare yourself. Okay, so we were talking about the sacred masculine energy coming in, and there was a song that had come on by Trevor Hall. It's called Moon Sun. It's beautiful. You got to look up the lyrics for it. But it was saying, "My love won't give up on you," and there's something about the divine feminine shining her colors, the light that she shines, balancing out the rainbow that is refracted. Is that the right word? It's obviously reflected, but they said refracted for some reason. Off of a prism, that rainbow that comes off, it's splintered. If there's a nick in there, a distortion in there, and they're really wanting you to work on this root chakra so that there aren't any chips, so there aren't any splinters in the light when this light comes in. Yeah. All right. That was from the meditation alone. And then I drew some cards, and I was like, okay, well, now that you've told them all of that, now that you've prepared them for that, they wanted me to get out my garnet wand that I have. It's really one of my favorite energies. It's very dark. It's very deep, really deep. So I was going to tell you that the color reminds me of like a really deep color of blood, really. And then I saw a nail. I saw the Jesus's nail, and it was the sacred masculine that just came in. So it's almost like a message through the sacred masculine about a blood sacrifice and the earth. His reminding you of his blood sacrifice to the earth in order to anchor in, in order to anchor in and to root down into this unconditional love. That's how you do it. It's almost like a sacrifice to the earth. He has already given the blood sacrifice to the earth. From now on, it's rippling out. And so this wave of light that hits you is it's like reaping the rewards of that blood sacrifice. Without doing that, without really doing the work, in order to receive that and welcome that in, that sacrifice was in vain. So prepare yourself, accept it, learn how to do that, balance yourself out so that you are sealed, you are ready to go, and you're braced for that fucking amazing impact. Thank you. So the card that I drew for the Divine Feminine was the Thinking Woman. And it is number 11 card. It's very green. It's very grounded. Feels a little heavy. Feels like she's overthinking. Feels like you are thinking, I'm ready. What do you mean? I'm ready. I've been ready for a long time. I don't want to think anymore. I don't want to overthink things anymore. I've been thinking so much. I want to be able to anchor this in. How do I do that? Stop thinking. Get down into your masculine energy. Get down into your earth, your body energy. Your earth right now is actually being balanced out with this reading too. There's Reiki energy. Which is very, to me, it's here. It's air. It's electric. It feels like fire a little bit, like what it feels like to me right now. But there's earth infused in with it because I sent it ahead of time. To anyone that needs it, anybody that wants to receive it. You decide right now you want to. But I infused it with earth too as I was meditating through all of these messages. And so it's infused with earth energy. One of the best things to do is get out of your head. Ground down into your body, out in nature if you can. But ground your body from what you know up here and take it from your intuition, what you've been getting, what you've been feeling, and these intuitive nudges and all the signs and synchronicities and stuff that you get, and you're making sense of them and you're putting all of the pieces of the puzzle together. Take all of that from right here, and even with visualization, just close your eyes and transport it from there all the way down to here. Let it sit there for a little bit. Let it resonate with what that kind of fucking amazing light that I'm telling you about feels like, what you imagine that is your flights of fancy. Take those unrealistic ideas and stir them around in here, figure out what they look like for you, and then move them down to your root chakra. Sit within that, keep your eyes closed, connect, really feel the connection to the ground as you do this, your base, and imagine that being absorbed down into Mother Gaia. She's sitting there like this, waiting for it. She's nurturing it. It's like pulsing, waiting for it. That's the sacrifice that you recognize and put down into the earth in order to anchor in the energies of divine union. This light is coming your way. Anchor it down. So, number 11 card. The energies for the Divine Masculine, number 11. 11. Look at that. While she's a thinking woman, which she always is, Divine Feminine, you're a thinker. They're also showing me that the Divine Masculine energy is a thinker. They're very logical. So that's kind of like what it is, grounding these intuitive ideas and thoughts and ways of being down into your body is a really logical way to do it. Going from unrealistic idea, flights of fancy, to my reality. I'm creating my reality. That's pretty realistic. What's more realistic than reality? Things are real. This is the way that I live now. And I'm going to create this and manifest it. Watch. And it just is. That is the sacred masculine energy coming in there and rooting right there, where you're sturdy. So this sacred masculine energy, my clock says 12:34. So 1, 2, 3, 4, moving forward motion. I see the King of Wands right now. They're showing me the King of Wands, the master of action, creating action, understanding how to do that, feeling like something has shifted. I feel really good right now. Why do I feel so good right now? And just happy and successful. Something in a reading came up yesterday too about I can't even say it. It's a masculine energy. It's hard to express. It's hard for the expression of what you're thinking, what you're feeling, what your worth is. How to express that. That's hard to do. They express or they feel their worth in their successes in their life, in the abundance in their life, in finances, in career, in things like that are tangible, that are earth-based, that are reality-based. But one of the things that came up also was the fact that I feel successful in my life. I've gotten to a certain point in my life. And so why don't I feel fulfilled still? They still can't voice why they feel a little bit imbalanced. Because that love, that unrealistic idea within them is unrealistic to them still. So that's part of what working that out is part of what this energy is. A victory in knowing, in an innate knowing that this is an 11-11 connection. It's almost like he knows. It's almost like he knows that he's come to an awareness that this is my connection. This is my divine connection. It's like a spark. This he's getting information about it. I think it feels like it's coming from her. See the butterfly on there? It's almost like all of these thoughts that she's been having, all of this powerful intuition that the divine feminine has been rising up through. The things that you've been healing now are coming into this heart space, and they are being emanated out to your sacred masculine, and he feels it. He's getting this from you. You are getting it from you because it's within you, but it's being transmitted out. The knowledge of how to do that, how to anchor down into this reality. How do I make this happen? How am I a powerful co-creator, manifester? The knowledge of that, the knowing of that, without having to say anything, is being sent out and transmitted out into the universe, and he's feeling it. He's like, ooh, that feels good. I get that. I get that. I see you. That's lovely. The books on here too. Obviously, it's the Thinking Woman. She has these books, but they're referencing the books again and what that little girl said when she was going by. So I have a book in my hand. Yes, she does have a book in her hand. Thank you for. I see that. I have a book in my hand. So it may be also that there's secrets to it. I told you there's secrets to it that are being revealed. Oh, there's another book here too. God, I love how spirit works. I love when things click into place a little bit, or they take me somewhere, and it's just makes so much sense. So the Mary Magdalene book, there's something in the book that is going to be revealed. If you are guided to get that book, to read it online, whatever it is, they're just going to guide you to the pages that you need. I don't know that you need to read the entire book, but something is going to be revealed in there for you in order to anchor it down into your reality. There's something that is magic. They're magical, they tell me. Alchemy, they drew me to another book. Maybe I need to show you that book too. It's another Mary Magdalene book, of course, about alchemy. I'm going to show you that too. The Magdalene manuscript. Some of you are working with alchemy right now. Some of you are understanding what that is and understanding that as a manifester, you are creating magic. You're working with alchemy. The page that they sent me to in this book, I'm telling you, I just opened the book to a page and there's the message right there. It makes so much sense. That's being in alignment with just being guided to whatever the message is. You guys, somebody has a little bit of a, I don't know, this message is separate. Somebody has a little bit of a tight control on how they receive messages and how they, what are you wanting to tell them? Not letting go of control, not allowing themselves to see because they're trying to see too hard. It's like, I really know that the answers are out there. I'm a super intuitive being. I know that they're out there. I see that you're showing me this, and you're showing me this, and you're showing me this. But it's, okay, let me go to the library and see what you have to show me there. Instead of just being led to, as you were going to the library, you were actually supposed to turn at the street before that because the street sign was resonant with you for some reason. It was like the name of your divine counterpart or something like that. But not following that because you're so determined to go to the library and get a book, like be led to a book. It's that trying to manifest in that way that is kind of blocking you a little bit. And so this message is for someone, and it's someone who loves books. It's someone who is drawn to books and the messages within books and book titles and things like that. Oh my God, when I go to the library, it's just one channeled message right after another, just book title to book title to book title. So anyway, they took me to this page, Egyptian Alchemy, and you'll notice in there that it says the second body is called the Ka and is sometimes referred to as the etheric double or spiritual twin. It's about the twin energies. the alchemy of the twin energies within you, and how you manifest with that, how you create with that, with the awareness of that, and with the honing of that awareness and that skill. So the second body is called the Ka, and it's sometimes referred to as the etheric double. That's divine feminine. That's intuitive, head in the clouds part of the body. The first one is called the Ka, is our physical body of flesh and blood. And so that's the message in the book. Thank you. There's another one in Mary Magdalene Revealed. But it may be also that this book was a Mary Magdalene book and they wanted to reveal something to me. I don't know why I needed to tell you that out loud, but they're wanting me to show my work so that you guys knew what they just told me. They want you to read over that. It's 3D, 5D reality. It's merging the two of those, understanding how they work in concert with each other, and how when they're off balance, the manifestation can go more into darkness and triggers and negative energies and things like that. So some of you need to read that, working with Egyptian alchemy. The card that they had, oh my God, look at that. The card that I just randomly pulled before my meditation, stuck it in here as a bookmark so that I could read through what they guided me to. On page 98 and 99, a 9 is almost there. Wishes fulfilled. Almost there. 10s are completion. Almost there to the completion of the knowledge, the awareness of how to co-create, how to manifest. You guys are doing it right now. Keep digging. Keep being led. That's what they said. They're like, no, you just told them not to dig. You told them not to push too hard. That's not what I mean by that. Digging is sitting back and allowing, and having it be easy. It's way easier than having to go out and do the work. You just allow and receive the energy of that work to come to you. Anyway, the card that was pulled was the World card. Number 29, another 11 card. 11, 11, 11. Pfft. There's something big coming up in November, too. Just you wait. There's something there, too. My solar plexus just, got all fluttery and got, anxiety. And not anxiety, but in a really good way, anticipation, anticipatory. You guys were just anticipatory. You were like, ooh, what's coming? But then they showed me also that someone just got a message from that. When I said there's more there, I was getting ready to move on, and they showed me that one of you just got something. You just received a download about it, about something coming in November. There's an energy wave coming in November for you specifically. You just got a message about it, and I want to hear about it. I want to know what it was. So put it in the comments or send me an email. They've shown me that I'm a puzzle piecer. So I get bits of information from this person here and this person here. And my clients email me this about some intuitive nudges that they have gotten and messages that they've gotten. They're like, I don't know why I'm sending this to you, but I'm being led to send it to you. And I'm like, no, it's perfect. That's exactly what you needed to do, because oh my God, that's so funny. Hang on. Anyway. I had been getting so many messages from other people that whatever it was that they sent me was directly linked to what else I was getting. So it really fit into the puzzle, and it added to the story, and it was like, oh, okay, great. Oh God, I'm so glad you sent that to me. Thank you. Now I can go to this person and let them know that this is how it relates to them, and this is how it relates to them. And then also within the collective, this is how the pieces are coming together for us. They're laughing at me right now because some of you are like, that's not an 11. That's number 10. 8 plus 2 is 10. Nothing is an accident. Even my Even the way that I saw it. The way that I saw it, the way that I perceived that number, they were putting that number in my head for a reason. They were also putting it in my head for a reason in that part of this video in order to bring me back around to this victory card, which is a number 10, which is the number of completion. So they were wanting me to show you that the divine masculine was in the energy. It's the energy that I'm reading. Even if I read the numbers wrong, I'm reading the energy from it. So I saw a 3 instead of a 2. And so I'm reading the energy of an 11. That's what the sacred masculine energy was speaking to. And so he's connecting with the 11-11 connection. They're bringing me back to this again because I had the world card also, which is actually an 11 card. And it's a completion. If you talk about the world card in tarot, it's the completion of a cycle, the ending of a cycle, the beginning of another cycle. You can see the dark and the light within this, within the earth. It's funny too that this is the earth and not the moon. We've been talking about the moon and the energy coming in from the moon. It's like this person is standing there on the moon, getting ready to send light energy to this earth. It's the ending of a cycle, an ending of a karmic cycle, especially for the divine masculine. They're bringing me back to the masculine energy. 10 is a completion. It is a completion of karmic energy. So if he is in a karmic relationship, if he has karmic ties to someone else in his life, they're reminding me about my karmic ties to my ex and the way that we function, the way that it is distorted, the way that it's affecting me within the energy of my relationship with my counterpart. They're showing me that the energy of all of this grounding down into your root chakra is helping to complete these karmic cycles. If your masculine is in a relationship with a karmic right now, it looks to me like there is just a wave of karmic completions coming through. So that either means that their relationships are going to be ending, or they're going to just balance out and they're going to peacefully resolve in some way. The karmic is going to come to their understanding of what the lesson has been for them as well. Either way, this is the energy that resides in the sacred masculine field right now. Victory. 10. Completion. There's a movie, oh God, I can't remember what it's called. Shit, this is going to bother me. They're just being funny. It's the number 10, and it's the football movie with James Van Der Beek, and he talks about, and his buddy on the football team is like a fucking 10. This is a 10. This masculine energy is a fucking 10. That's within you too. Don't forget that rooting this down into your root chakra, that is your masculine energy. That's your sacred masculine energy. Root down into that and embody it, embrace it. It's a fucking 10. It's another. They're also like, Karen, that's a 10. It's not an 11. It's a fucking 10. Okay, that's funny. All right, so there's another part of the book thing. I have a book in my hand, and I had this book on my table to bring to your attention my beautiful, beautiful friend Susan at Susan Dawn Spiritual Connection. She has a YouTube channel. Go check it out. She's an amazing fucking channel. She just like, God love her. She's an author also. So she has a book in her hand, and I have one of her books in my hand. It's called The Last Letter. And again, with the butterfly, they're connecting this information here. Susan has a book in her hand, and she is sending you information. Something is going to be revealed. Mary Magdalene is revealing something through one of Susan's books. I believe it's The Last Letter here. It could be one of the other ones, but I believe, my recording just said 4444. There's something sitting in this book that is important, very important. Go check it out. Go buy her book. Go check it out online. I'm pretty sure she has an e-version of it, an ebook version of it. But there's something in here. I was like, why don't I just look in here and figure out what it is? I'm going to look on page 44. They're telling me to look on page 44. But there's more to it. And they don't want me to get into it totally because we're already at 45 minutes right now. And they're like, just tell them the one thing from page 44 and show them how it works. So I'm going to do that right now. And I'm going to pause the video for just 1 second while I read through this. And in case it takes a minute to get to what the message was. So hang tight. I should have kept the video rolling because when I realized what it was, I was like, oh, genius. Okay, so they just want me to read it to you. They just want me to read the page in the book where all of this is. God, Susan, you're a fucking genius. You channeled this information for yourself, by the way, and for all of these people watching. So there's that. I love you. Let me figure out where to start. They're telling me that part of rooting down into your body is being real. And being real is being in your emotions. Susan says that all the time. Being true to your emotions and just meeting yourself wherever you are. If you are sad, sit with the sadness. Figure out what that's telling you. And your divine masculine energy, who always wants to fix things, they're the fixers. When that energy comes up and wants to try to fix it and figure it out and heal it so that you can move on, ease that distortion. Just say, I don't need you to fix it right now. I just need you to sit with me. I just need you to sit with me and hold my hand. That's intimacy. Just hold my hand and meet me there. And just feel it with me. That's all. It's that resonance, that connection within yourself, that masculine energy. Divine masculines, that is for you also. That's something that they wanted to tell me about. Don't abandon what your emotions are telling you. That's, your divine feminine energy from up here is rooting down into your body. What are those emotions telling you without having to think about them? It's letting them work through your body. Okay. This is what it says. Dear whoever you are, here's a question for you. How do you know you're good at something unless the world tells you? When people say you're talented, what does it mean aside from the fact that their opinion is shaping what you like and who you are based solely on how good you are at it? Masculine energy we were talking about, his success in business and finances and things like that. That's what that's referencing. What brings this up? My doctor asked this afternoon. My English teacher wants me to join the Literary Arts Journal at school. What's that, a club? I shrugged. Yeah, kind of. It's like we're the Literary Arts Club. And you like English and writing, right? No problems there? He meant no failed tests like last year, even though last year I was having all these problems sleeping and it was making my head feel funny. Really? Divine Feminines? Thinking too much? Yes. Like, everything I knew was just out of reach. My fingertips skimming the answers, but I was never able to quite grasp them. I need to know what is the answer. I see it. I need to go and get it. I need to go and seek it out and try really hard to manifest it and seek it out. There's something about English with Mrs. Gudieri that's different from all my other classes. It's not the fact that she's so passionate about everything, because my math teacher is the same way about numbers, and we like listening to him talk because it makes us feel like we can figure out forever if we just solve for infinity. And it's not because of what we're reading, because I love the lottery and hate the telltale heart, but it's something more. It's like I'm always on the verge of naming something unnameable, making the unrealistic idea realistic. And every day I walk into that class, I can't help but wonder if that's the day I'll figure out what it is. Walking into that library and looking around for it, seeking it out, trying so hard to figure it out. just desiring so bad to know the truth of it. What is the truth of this journey? What is the truth of our future? What really is going to happen? What's going on underneath of all of this? What is the truth? It's right there for you. It's right there. We're writing our own short stories this week. I used to write poetry on the backs of wallpaper samples when I was little. Small, stupid rhymes my mom still keeps in an old copy paper box with the rest of my school stuff. But I've never written anything like this before. You know, really creating something. Writing your own story. Creating your own reality. Creating your own soaring in the imagination in order to make that unrealistic idea realistic. Creating your own story. Write your own fucking story. That's what you're doing right now. I like the idea that everything I put on the page comes from me, from my imagination, and it doesn't even matter whether or not I get a good grade because someone else will be reading it. For that one moment, they'll be picturing what I pictured right in here like we talked about, and feeling what I felt. It's sort of intoxicating, the way you can fill up a page with images and thoughts like that. I have chills right now. This is why. If I believed in magic, I think writing was a spell. It's not a spell. It's alchemy. It's magic. It's real. There's a channeled message. Within this book, they took me to page 44, and it applies to what we were talking about through this entire reading. There are so many answers sitting out there waiting for you if you just open your perspective. What is the book for you? If it's not Mary Magdalene Revealed, ask them is there a book in my hand right now? Is there a message for me in a book? Close your eyes and see what book they're showing you. Could be one that's sitting right there. It is one that's sitting right there. Actually, let me go get it for you. You're like, yes. There's one for you guys too. Okay, here's another image that they're giving me. Oh man, someone has, let me see there. It's like I'm in their room right now. Someone has butterflies on their comforter, on their bed, or on their pillows, or they have a throw pillow that looks like a comforter. A comforter, looks like a butterfly. Someone really, really resonates with butterflies. And it's like I can see your room. I feel like there's a book on your bedside table, but it's under the table, like over here. There's a space underneath of there. Storage space, there's a book underneath of there. That's for you. Now is the time. This is the book on my TV stand. Now is the time. There's one last message in here for you. Now is the time. That's the message. Now is the time. Things are happening. Things are really moving. Going from the 10 to the 11. We're talking about math also in Susan's book. That's funny. I see what you did there. Whatever. I was adding infinity. That's what I was doing. I was adding to infinity. Solving to infinity. That's what this is. Yes! Thank you. I love that. See, it wasn't a mistake. I could still do math. All right. So I just opened it up, and now is the time to listen for the bird song. Whether you're in the wilderness or in the big smoke, listen for the songs of birds. That's funny. I really, really heard a lot of birds outside my window when I was doing my meditation. And I noticed them because I was like, wow, that's a lot of birds out there. Oh, okay, birds. I see what you did there, hawk. I get it. There's something about birds right now. Somehow, somewhere, they will be near you. They offer a sign of optimism, of the rhythms of nature, of the triumph of the individual. They sing of hope. They are singing the song of your sacred masculine. Your sacred masculine has a bird song. And listen, he's calling for you. How the quiet gravity of nature and her silence, by contrast, startles one when one faces her collected. Beautiful. If you guys want to book a private reading with me, dig into your own personal situation and the way that the birds are calling to you, email or go to my website. It's all in the box below. And, ooh, this was lovely. Thank you so much for, this is all your energy out there. It's my energy too, but it's your energy. This is happening around you right now. Big things are happening. Big things. So, God, fucking love you guys. All right. I'll talk to you later.